Hello everyone, Darcinovi here. I'm going to review the stories that are contained in these trades. I'm mostly going to talk about the ones that stand out the most for me, but Grant Morrison and Mark Miller did these issues. I'm going to talk about the emergency stop, the human race, and the Black Flash, because to me those are the stories that stand out the most, and the Mirror Master. The first story, the emergency stop, deals with Wally West, along with all the other speedsters, dealing with a villain called the Suit, who any person that he possesses, it basically become the Suit, which kind of a lame villain, I'm not gonna lie, but at least the concept. But he can be potentially really dangerous depending on who he possesses. So he ends up possessing one of the speedsters, Max, and Wally West ends up breaking his legs, and he taps into the Speed Force in some cool looking, suit of armor, which that's what it looked like to me, which kind of looks like his Kid Flash costume. It was a pretty good story. The next one that follows it is the one with him trying to defeat the Mirror Master, because he has time going reverse, and he has to stop him before time gets reversed to the point where his girlfriend Linda Park doesn't exist. Pretty interesting story. My favorite one, though I probably skipped two of them, but mainly because considering this isn't a whole story arc in general, it's collected stories, so I'm primarily talking about stories that stand out. My favorite one is the human race. Essentially, Wally West, the Flash, has to race these intergalactic beings who place bets on people from various planets, and whoever the winner, the planet's spared. The loser, the planet is pretty much boom, destroyed. This was a really cool story because Wally meets his child friend that he talked to over the radio when he was a kid before he became the Kid Flash, and the race was really intense. The artwork is really amazing. I mean, in this issue, I never thought reading a race would be interesting, a death race, but it was. It was a really intense race, and I really loved it. Of course, to edit this volume, you have the Black Flash. For anyone who are familiar with the Black Flash, she's essentially the Grim Reaper of the Speed Force. Anyone that taps into the Speed Force will eventually get killed by him because he's slightly faster than them. And Wily was supposed to die, but his girlfriend gets taken to the Speed Force. I'm not going to spoil what happens in that story, but it was really good. Even though I skipped over a few stories, they're really good as well. It's really hard since I'm not experienced at really reviewing comics. I just talked about some of the issues that stand out in this volume for me. I think this is a good buy, especially if you're a Wally West fan like myself, who want to experience the Wally West years of the Flash. And it's a really good price. Got this on Amazon. Anyway, I give these stories I pretty much give all but like one of them a classic rating because I think they're really good. I think anyone who's new to the Flash, who wants to read some pre-New 52 Flash, but doesn't really want to read stuff with Barry Allen, you want to read something that features Wally West. And not to mention, this gives you a chance to be more familiar with the pre-New 52 years of the Flash. Because some people don't like the pre-New 52. I can't comment on it myself, but as someone who is getting into comics, who wants to expand on my horizons besides Batman, if there's any Flash comics you want to look for, this would be a good one to pick up. It really would. The stories stand enough on their own where you don't need to read the previous material to appreciate them. So yeah, highly recommend this if you are a fan of Wally West. this is Star Synovia over and out. And next time we review a comic, if it's not Green Lantern, I'm going to review, which is arguably one of the most famous storylines in comic book history, the Phoenix Saga. So stay tuned for that one. Peace out, everyone.